Yo, I am back. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and in this one, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a sample inspired by Nardo Wick, 21 Savage, or Future inside of FL Studio. But yeah, if you are new here, would greatly appreciate it if you do punch that subscribe button for me. And while you're at it, you might as well click that little bell so you get notified every single time that I upload a video. Friendly reminder that I stream live over on Twitch every single night from 10 PM AEST, which is around 7 AM Eastern. So if you do want to catch up with the shenanigans over there, would greatly appreciate it if you chuck me a follow there as well. But with that being said, let's get into FL Studio and let's deconstruct this sample. Okay, so here we are inside of FL Studio, and as you can see, it's a really simple sample. We have 3 melodic, 1 perk, and 1 accent. Now, I wanted to go for something a bit dark, you know, Southside inspired, but I also wanted to be able to pitch a Future on it, so I went a little bit experimental. Now, the first preset that we use comes in from Pigments, and this one is the Abandoned Keys from the Ghostland expansion pack. Now, we are in the key of D sharp minor at a BPM of 170, and the pattern that we did is really simple. The first note is obviously the root note, which in this case is D sharp, but then we skip the middle note and we use the 5th, which is A sharp. In regards to the top melody, something really simple. We're working with semitones where we have the F to F sharp going down to F, and then we have this A sharp to B back down to A sharp. As you can see, those 1 semitone changes, and you can hear it as well, kind of creates tension, makes it sound dark, makes it sound eerie. All we did is we copied and pasted that one over 4 times, then we copy over the whole first pattern, and then bump it up an octave. But in context, this is what the first pattern sounds like. Going on to the effects with this sound, first of all, we have it panned 20% to the right. We do have an EQ that comes in where we're getting rid of a lot of the low end, shaping the high as well so it stands out in the mix. A retrograde by Simon Savita comes in. The default preset mixes on 30% and dark has been turned on. If you want a more in-depth video on this, I did make one a couple of months ago. I'll be leaving a card above me and a link in the description for that one. We do have a halftime that comes in. Stock preset mixes on 20% just to bring in a little bit of low end. But then too much low end was coming in, so I decided to bring in an EQ where we're doing a brick wall cut at around 180 hertz. Going on to the next element in this sample, it comes in from Contact, and this one is the Neo Pure Dark Piano. All we are doing with this one is we're playing A sharp over 2 octaves instead of D sharp, making it, you know, a bit more dark, a bit more sinister as well. And then with the top line, we have something really, really simple. We have A sharp going down to G, F sharp to F, working with that 1 semitone change, and then we end it yet again on another semitone going C sharp to C. That one gets copied and pasted over 1 more time. But in context, this is what the piano sounds like. Really simple. Going on to the effects with this one. You ready for this? All we have is an EQ, where we're getting rid of a lot of the low ends and some of the highs. Going on to the next element, comes in from Pigments yet again, and this one is one of my go-to sounds for any sort of sample. Doesn't matter if it's dark, lo-fi, I use this preset a lot, and this one is the Mallet's Dream. Now the pattern with this one, we're copying the exact same pattern from the first instance of Pigments, and in context, it sounds like so. Practically being used just to kind of give it that high-end sparkle because it was a bit dull, it was missing it. Now this one has been turned down a lot because I wanted this to be more of a background accompanying sound compared to just, you know, being full-blown in your face. Going into the effects, so this one is panned 20% to the left. We copied and pasted everything from Pigments over. The only thing that we changed is halftime, where the mix on this one is actually 60% instead of the 20. Everything else is the same. EQ the same, retrograde the same, last EQ the same as well. The perk loop actually comes in from the most recent Tri-Freeze drum kit, and that one just sounds like so. Really simple, just kind of giving it a bit, a bit of movement, a bit of bounce with this one. The effects that we added on that one, literally nothing whatsoever. It was really nice the way that it sounded. Then we do have this accent that comes in from producer grind. We ended up copying, making it unique, and reversing it. Just kind of giving it a little bit of swell, a little bit, more movement. That's one thing that I can honestly recommend when it comes to these samples. You need a lot of movement with it, give it that bounce. The effects with this one, we have EFX fragments come on where we're using the 1-bar glimmers. The master wet dry in this one is 16%. So if it was all the way over at 100, you wouldn't actually hear the accent. All you would hear is just the granulized mess. And as I said, it's a mess. Just too much happens with it. We have an EQ that comes in where we're brick walling a lot of the low end and just taming some of the highs a little bit. All of them get routed to this melody bus, which is insert 6, where we have a sound shifter come in where we're pitching it up 1 semitone. A reverb plate comes in where we're using the aerial plate, master wet dry, and this one is 40%. An RC20 comes in where we're using the tri-free preset. Magnitude on that one is 60%. Now, if you do want to cop this preset for free, we'll be leaving a download link to it in the description. It is from a massive bank of mine. And if you do want to purchase that bank, there is a sale happening at the moment. You can cop it for $10. I'll be leaving a download link to that one as well in the description as well. Last but not least, we do have Soothe 2 that comes in where we're using the low reso fix just to kind of get rid of some of the harsh sort of frequencies. Soothe 2 is a plugin that I can highly recommend. Makes your mixes so much cleaner. But yeah, that is how you can make a dark, kind of super trap inspired sample for artists such as Future, Nardo Wick, or 21 Savage inside of FL Studio. If you are new here, would greatly appreciate it yet again if you do punch that subscribe button. And while you're at it, you might as well click that little bell so you get notified every single time that I upload a video. Friendly reminder again that I stream live over on Twitch, so if you do want to catch up with the shenanigans live, would greatly appreciate it if you follow me over there as well. But with that one being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next week for another video.